Welcome back to another episode here of Benalish. Had a pretty entertaining blue-white historic deck last time where I found out that the Artificer's Assistant, the adorable 1/1 flying bird that scries when you cast a historic spell, is actually pretty good if you have 12 historic triggers. Kind of crashed out in the finals. A little bit of flood. Flood will lose, and I didn't have a lot of great sideboard options against a mono-white, very fast beat down deck using, well, everything. Just go wide, go over, and have a Sarah Angel at the top of your curve. That's pretty hard to answer when you are drawing additional islands and lands. But back to the Artificer's Assistant. Yeah, you definitely, if you don't hit 3 triggers, you're pretty disappointed. But let's see what we got. Okay, Sylvan Awakening, not good. Fight with Fire, very good. Second place would probably be Skittering Surveyor, just to stay open. But I mean, this is a snap Fight Fire with Fire, and this is something close enough worth fighting for. I don't think it's full bomb, just because it doesn't really bring you back from behind so much as it can snap win the game out of nowhere. But it's a good card that will do some good stuff. Let's see here. So we will prioritize fixing pretty highly and prioritize red somewhat. Double red means this. I don't think this is really a splash card. You're not throwing in 2 mountains and a Skittering Surveyor hoping you can get it. I mean, it does stand on its own 2 feet. It is pretty good removal. So, but it just ceases becoming a bomb you're splashing for, and just good, reasonably costed, flexible removal. So hopefully somebody after me will take a Sylvan Awakening and have a good time. So with red, your hopes really are blue-red wizards and question mark. So speaking of blue-red wizards and question mark, Urza's Ruinous Blast is pretty hilarious if you have creatures to cast it on. Skizik is fine, Valduk is fine, Academy Journey Mage is obviously the blue-red wizard dream, and everything else in here it's actually a pretty high playable pack. I would, except for Rat Colony, and of course the Lawfest that is Navigator's Compass. So I think it's a choice between Valduk and Skizik. Valduk really is in that narrow deck, whereas Skizik is going to run in any red deck, and I'm not really passing it over anything. I'm not skipping any real bombs. I don't consider the legendary sorceries bombs because you have to really build around them really hard. So we'll take a Skizik. Red isn't always where you want to be, but if you're going to get past good red cards, there are certainly worse places to be. No other real good red in that pack too, so wow. 2 Skiziks? Okay, this is kind of an interesting choice here. So we can kind of really stay on the red train with 2 Skiziks. You don't really need a ton of 4 drops. I mean, or really functionally 5 drops. And Skittering Surveyor is a really good card. Gideon's Reproach is kind of conditional removal. It's fine. It's nothing great. So, I mean, if this was a Shivan Fire, I think if this was a Shivan Fire, I'd probably take the Shivan Fire over the Skizik. But a Skittering Surveyor is just good quality, flexible fixing, and I think that's probably going to be more powerful. Not really anything else I'm too worried about in here. Okay, interesting. Pegasus Courser is a really good card. I mean, it's in red-white, this kind of the aggressive sort of thing. Jousting Lance is a nice, flexible card. Yavimaya Sapphire, we're getting close to where we want to look in signal territory too. This could be a sign that red-green is open. I'm not going to go marching into green for a Sapphire. Baloth Gorger is just fine. So I think this is a pretty easy Jousting Lance. It's a good card in the set. You can throw it on things. It makes blocks really hard. I've even seen it on a Skittering Surveyor once, and it was actually shockingly effective. Okay, so we have an Aether Glider, which is a very aggressive card, but it doesn't do much outside of that. We did see some decent green in the last pack. Nothing epic, but we could speculate on the Grow from the Ashes, which is going very flexible, but man, Seismic Shift is not the red card I really want. Temporal Gateway is not playable. Homard Explorer is fine, but I'm not going to be pulled in. So we're looking at really Grow from the Ashes or Acer Glider in a red deck. So we'll take Grow from the Ashes, just kind of speculating. Okay, now this is a little more interesting. That's a very late Weight of Memory. 5/6. It's not impossibly late, but it is certainly late, especially with an opt in there. So I'm going to take the Weight of Memory and see where this takes us. If this was not here, I don't know what I would take. I would probably take one of these mediocre red cards and not be happy about it, but I like Weight of Memory, and that is a little late. That was interesting. Not really sure what's happening upstream of me. Huh. Okay, so nothing that really jumps out and pokes me. Adamant Well is actually one of my favorite tricks in the set, because it can also kind of blink their removal. Homard Explorer is fine in a mill deck. Llanowar Envoy is fine-ish. I don't think we'll take Servant really has a home, unless you're desperate for 2-drops, so we'll take an Envoy and just put a question mark there. These two could have been Homard Explorers, so again, the wealth of 4-drops, but... Okay, so now we're starting to see some more green. I mean, Baloth Gorger isn't great, but it's not bad. Easily the card with the biggest impact in the pack. Oh wow, Sylvan Awakening went all the way around. People are down, so I think we'll and it will continue going around. I'm going to take Broken Bond. I think I think green is looking a little underdrafted in the table, and you'll main deck your first piece of Artifact Hate until proven otherwise. That Weight of Memory, that was interesting. That was an interesting little outlier. Okay, Pierce the Sky is another piece of green hate. Warcry Phoenix, which I've never really seen or been frightened by, so we'll just take the anti-air hate. Fervent Strike is certainly playable. It's not great, but it's playable. So options include moving hard into blue on the return. Okay. So where are we? The Mirari Conjecture, Fungal Plot, Sarah Angel, Divination. Interesting. Mirari, so what we have in terms of sorceries is that. What we have in terms of creatures is this. Other miscellaneous spells, there we go. Sorcery, sorcery, instant, instant. The Mirari Conjecture is good. I'm not sure if it's really good in where we want to be. I mean, red blue would be where it wants to be. And there's other decent red cards in here. Sarah Angel's good, but we're really far from that. We're actually really far from a lot of these. So I think it's a choice between Divination and the Mirari Conjecture. So we're kind of really looking at a red splash right now. So if we want to ramp, these just aren't the spells that you really want. So I think it's Divination. Wrath Capuchin is a good card. Omnivore is a good card. Baloth Gorger is just not the 4-drop of my dreams. Adventurous Impulse, I don't want to be taking this early. Lingering Phantom is not that good. I don't really have anything great for the... So it's Keldon Raider, so we can clog our 4-drop, we can clog our other 4-drop, or we can take an Adventurous Impulse. Pretty bad pack too, frankly. I'm still not so in love with our red. Keldon Raider is a good card, don't get me wrong. Hopefully maybe we can get some ramp and just kind of get a kicker deck going. Ooh, Tatiova, however, there's a payoff. I think that's an easy pick over the Fiery Intervention. That feels good. Yeah. Tatiova is it's a bomb I consider accelerators, where that they're very, very good at making deck better, but they won't make your bad deck good. So, okay, we have Spider, we have Squee, who is a really good card. Well, excuse me, he can be great. He's great if you have a Sacrifice Engine, we're not on black, and the double red is putting me off a little bit. Blink of an Eye, I think, is a great card, and probably what we want more than anything else. The Mammoth Spider will obviously be very good as well, but we are a little low on creatures. I think I'm going to take the Blink of the Eye, though. It's just such a great card. So, kind of going to have a pretty messy curve. Yes, we do in fact have a very messy curve. We're not using Champion of the Flame with one Jousting Lance. It's either Tolarian Scholar or a Rampaging Cyclops, and let's just shore up our low end just a little bit. Yeah, we're not taking Primordial Worm yet. There's no rush there. So we have a second Champion of the Flame, which are still miles away from playing. Deep Freeze is bad removal. Let's be very clear. It is bad removal. But sometimes it's the hero you need, not necessarily the hero you deserve or want. A second Weight of Memory, Gift of Growth, or Broken. Well, I think I'll take another Weight of Memory. So we are currently drawing a hell of a lot of cards. We're going to need something good eventually, but I'm okay with casting a hell of a lot of cards. Blink of an Eye, so Fight with Fires, we're looking to be on the splash. One piece of ramp with a Grow from the Ashes. Befuddle, Aether Glider. I don't think this is an Aether Glider deck. Befuddle isn't great, but it is a good little tempo card. We are very low on creatures. But Tolarian Scholar is just so mediocre. I mean, it's fine. I think it's Tolarian Scholar. If we were a little higher on creatures, I would take the Befuddle, but we eventually need to be able to do something. Love to see the giant blue bounce fish. Okay, Homard Explorer Mills. Pardic Wanderer is a win con in a deck that looks like it very badly needs them, and I think that's going to be the choice here. It's not the world's greatest win con, but it can get you there if you really squint. And I do mean squint. Playables this actually feels pretty good. I like this. Interesting, we haven't seen any real red or anything really necessary. Which is interesting because I don't know. It's just no red open. I wonder if somebody is forcing it downstream with like a Valduk. I mean, there is a Valduk and the two Champions of the Flame, but without white, without the enchantments, I'm just not that interested. Adventurous Impulse is it's fine. I think it combos well. I definitely would like some beef in this deck. Something just real big. Croson Druid, kicking that to drag out the game. It's not a bad late pickup at all. So no flyers, no. A Drake wouldn't be bad, just something that can kick to something. The Sentinel of the Pearl Trident. Blink a historic permanent, so all that can really do is save Tatiova, but meh, maybe I'll get something sweet and historic-y later. Those are all bad. Okay, Well, we are Knight of Malice. Wow. The black. It flows. It flows so much. I have one deep freeze and I really don't want to. But when you take a Skittering Surveyor, you just take a Skittering Surveyor. So the Fight with Fire looks good. If there's a really big bomb that's a single color, even if it was white or black, I would probably take it, but I don't think there are too many of those. Three drops a lot. It's a little congested, but given my total lack of 2 drops, I probably need it. You're gonna want to get at least 2 to 3 more really good creatures. It's an interesting Halar. How many things do I have to have a kicker? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things with kicker. But Halar, you really want to be in. I mean, his power comes from his efficiency. So I just don't think that's the home I want. I think we just take another 2 Grow from the Ashes. Jousting Lance. The playables are not. Blood Tallow Candle is the bad removal that I might want. I think it's Blood Tallow Candle. That is a tough choice. But I think I already have the fixing. I think we just want the Blood Tallow Candle. No take a candle. Card draw, card draw, card draw, bounce, bad removal, splash removal, bad removal, conditional removal. In Bolus's Clutches? Okay, whew. Oh, thank you. We'll allow that. That is an easy pick. I'll take the Sulphur Falls, but there's no way that's going to wheel. Somebody will take that for value. Yeah, okay. Okay. We can draw to some good cards here. We'll definitely run 2 islands just to make the Fight with Fire. 2 islands. 2 mountains just to make the Fight with Fire work. Oh, Ariel. They're just making fools of me since I said I'd love a bomb, but that is just so off color. But you're so good. But you're so off color. It's like actually impossible for a card to be more off color than that. So Syncopate is probably the flexible play, early drop. I just don't have much historic where I think I'm really going to want the Urz's Tome. Yeah, we'll take the Syncopate here. Though, given the weight of memories and the Bolus's Clutches and all the rest. Is there anything I can use? Okay. Wizard's Lightning is sweet removal. Obviously, a dual land that is on is perfect, but given I have 2 Skittering Surveyors and a Grow from the Ashes, I even have some Wizards. I think an Ancient Animus is just so bad, even with Baloth Gorgers. It's not bad, but I think I really do have to take oh, there's another Pardic Wanderer. This is a tough choice. I think this deck needs the removal more. We're going to take the extra Fight with Fire. Lol. I could take an Adelies. I could take a Grow from the Ashes. I could take a Divination. We're not taking Adelies. We're not taking Lich's Mastery. We're not even taking Arcane Flight. We don't even have any of the big turtles. So it's a Divination versus a Grow from the Ashes. We don't really have kicker synergies, so let's go harder on the Divination. Looks like we're more double, well, that's an unfortunate double green. And we don't really have anything that we want to do a major Grow from the Ashes to. So let's reload there. Unwind is not what we want. Artificer's Assistant, this is not the deck. I have 1 Syncopate. I could grab an Unwind for the sideboard or an Ancient Animus of Desperation. We can take an, I mean, these aren't the worst creatures, the Ancient Animus. They're pretty far from the best, but they're not tragic, but I can't see that making the cut. God, how many Grow from the Ashes do you really want? 10 creatures in this deck. Do I take this bad Gaia's Protector? I'm really short on creatures. We have some decent defenses, but it's so much worse than Grow from the Ashes. But I don't think I'm casting 2 Grow from the Ashes, so we'll put that there. We'll get an Unwind there. Oh boy. Rescue. One Overseer is not what we want. Bad combat trick. I guess these Corrosive Oozes. So we're facing it. Well, I forgot about the Corrosive Oozes. Worst case, we can really bring in the. So we can do our much faster. This is a deck with for Adventurous Impulse. Is this a 16? Is this secretly a 16 land deck? Is it? Is it? Somebody tell me. God damn. Pretty funny that Adventurous Impulse could actually really whiff in this deck. I'll take a free Arcane Flight. No turtles. I took a Wizard's Light instead of Pardic Wanderer, which I still think was the right choice, but ye gods. So I think I take out Jousting Lands because how's this deck winning? It's not winning with Jousting Lands. It's winning by sitting back, doing rude things. Has an Embolus's Clutch. I can kick a Baloth Gorger or just start slamming in. I'll have a full hand, that's for sure. So my curve is pretty hostile. So you are early creature or land card, Blood Tallow Candle. Ugh. Bad removal, no synergies. Cut that. Grow from the Ashes is alright. Lots of card draw. I feel comfortable running 16 lands in a deck with all of this stuff, but man, that's a light creature count. Pierce's Sky is my only answer for flyers, aside from my red cards. We're going to need 2 mountains. Basics. 2 mountains, 8 and 6. Boy, is that a mana base of the damned or what? I think we go 2-7-7. Hey! 2-7-7. Oof. Not a good deck. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in some hot round 1 action.